Episode 5 is titled Incoming, and this time we start on the other side of the camera with a guy named Tom monitoring the prisoners as they wake up and go about their morning routines. He notices Joe isn't showing up on the cameras and wonders where he's gone. Just then, Joe sneaks up behind him, and Tom warns him that he shouldn't be there. Joe jokingly asks if Tom enjoys watching everyone, but Tom quickly reminds him he's broken protocol for the second time and can't get involved with Janet. He tells Joe to leave and warns him not to do anything stupid, threatening a red card if he keeps it up. Meanwhile, at the hotel, Joe runs into Janet and pretends he just went for a walk. Moira realizes Shannon is missing, and Chadwick Boseman confirms that the room is totally cleared out. They decide to search the town, but as they step outside, they spot a woman in Shannon's dress lying near the edge of town. When they check her out, they find out it's a different woman with a blonde wig. She's alive but unconscious. In Italy, a cleaner discovers a body in a fountain. R.I.P. Shannon. Back at the hotel, the team manages to bring the unconscious woman inside. They learn she has a tattoo saying Erica, which Chadwick Boseman thinks might be a prison tattoo. Moira notes she has needle marks on her arms, suggesting she must have been in a hospital. Bill, disgusted by it all, leaves but makes sure to steer clear of Cameron as he enters. In Italy, Ambassador Franklin Fairchild is called in to identify his daughter Shannon. He confirms it's her, and the inspector promises to track down her killer. Chadwick Boseman finds Moira in her room, scribbling notes on the wall, trying to piece everything together. They both feel Shannon is likely dead, and Moira suggests one of them might be a mole. Chadwick Boseman assures her he'll keep her safe, and they share a moment holding hands. Over in San Francisco, Kat fires Jermaine and tells him that Gomez alerted the publisher about his possible involvement in Janet's disappearance. She claims she doesn't care about his past marriage, but she's upset that he lied to her. As they argue, someone secretly watches them on a hidden camera. Jermaine insists his feelings for her are real, but she's not buying it and sends him packing. Back at the hotel, Joe and Janet are with Erica when she suddenly wakes up, attacks them, and jumps out the window and parkours onto a nearby roof. Tom catches it all on the cameras as she runs towards the edge of town, only to get zapped from the pain gun before getting back up and fleeing. Jermaine is at a bar when he sees a news report about Shannon's abduction and death, which hits him hard. What is it about characters in shows always seeing a news story at exactly the right time? In a dress shop, Moira watches as a TV flickers to life, showing Shannon's father telling the media that his daughter has been found safe. She seems happy to see this, even though we know it's fake. Bill, meanwhile, is out on the streets grabbing a drink when Erica surprises him, takes his clothes, and dashes into the Shanghai Palace. There she confronts Tom, who tells her to help herself to food and water. She smuggles some stuff, grabs a knife, and takes off. Tom heads to the command center, where he finds Joe waiting. Joe wants answers about Shannon, and Tom coldly tells him she was eliminated and warns him there will be more eliminations. He brushes off Joe's questions about Erica, insisting he just needs to focus on work. A battered Bill staggers back to the hotel, where Cameron finds him and isn't impressed with Bill's state. He twists Bill's arm and emphasizes it's survival of the fittest before walking away. The night manager offers to get Bill some ice. Jermaine reviews surveillance footage of Janet's abduction, comparing it to Shannon's case from 2 weeks ago. He notices the same guys in blue jumpsuits. Back in the center of town, Erica confronts Cameron with a shovel, and the rest of the group arrives just in time to calm her down. But Erica lashes out at Moira and escapes into the bank. Janet chases after her, and Tom seals them inside the vault. Inside, Janet tries to explain to Erica that they're all scared, but Erica displays intense stabbing energy and says Janet's the only one who needs to be afraid. Joe heads to the command center, demanding answers and claiming it's against protocol. Tom refuses to let them out even though the oxygen in the vault is running out. Joe attacks him, but Tom quickly overpowers him, pulls out a gun, and tells him to back off. Joe, undeterred, bolts out. Janet makes a break for the door, but Erica grabs her, threatening to kill her unless Tom opens it. When there's no answer, Janet manages to free herself and disarm Erica. Drink. She holds the knife on her, insisting she doesn't want to hurt her. Erica, unfazed, says she's already died once and isn't scared of dying again. Back in San Francisco, Jermaine shows up at Kat's apartment and pleads for help looking for Janet, but she kicks him out again. Joe and Chadwick try to break into the vault with hand tools. But since the tools aren't working, Joe takes off and heads to the control room to try to open the door. Moira, however, notices that when the elevator door closes, the floor indicator isn't moving. Janet questions Erica about what she said about dying, prompting Erica to reveal her needle marks and tell them she was executed by lethal injection in Texas. After that, she woke up in this strange town, unsure if it's heaven or hell. Janet insists the town is real. As the air grows thin, they begin to pass out, unaware that Joe has made it to the control room. Tom confronts him with a gun, but Joe knocks him down and demands to know how to stop the countdown. Take a drink. Tom finally opens the vault door, but then destroys the control panel. Inside the bank, Chadwick Boseman gets Erica and Janet out just in time. Joe returns and the two embrace, while Erica watches him with suspicion, topped with a little jelly. Jermaine heads back to his apartment, finding Kat there, who hands him a folder. Inside, there's a list of missing persons, including Janet, Shannon, and Moira. He invites her in, but Kat refuses to go any further. Jermaine thanks her, and she urges him to focus on the real issue, his daughter Megan. As they all exit the bank, the other prisoners arrive. Moira hugs Janet, and Bill charges at Erica, but Janet kicks him off, insisting Erica isn't the enemy. Erica apologizes to Moira, but won't say sorry to Bill. In Italy, Franklin is at his office looking at a photo of Shannon, completely unaware that he's being watched. A man with an Irish accent calls him, thanking him for his cooperation, and hints that he'll need Franklin's help again. When Franklin asks what else he can do, the man ominously suggests they have plenty more to discuss. The next morning, Chadwick Boseman reflects and prays, thinking back to his time in the army. He flushes his dog tags down the toilet. Back in San Fran, Jemiane follows Kat's advice and goes to see his daughter. But when he says hi to her, she says she's not supposed to talk to strangers. Janet's mom shows up and she asks if he's that nosy reporter, not aware that he's Megan's dad. He tells Megan that he'll find her mom. Moira and Chadwick have a heart-to-heart. She insists that Shannon is still alive, but Chadwick doesn't think so. He insists they're in some kind of military experiment. Before he leaves, she says she wants to talk about Joe's suspicious elevator ride. In the final scene, Tom yells at Joe for interfering, and Joe says he can't control how he feels about Janet. He asks what's next, and Tom says they just have to wait and see. And there you have it. In Behind the Glass, it turns out escaping a creepy surveillance town is harder when you're being watched by a guy named Tom. With Shannon dead, Erica going rogue, and Joe playing both sides, it seems surviving this mess requires more than prison tats and bad decisions. Buckle up, because things are about to get even weirder. And spoiler alert, nobody's playing by the rules.